Well, hello YouTube. This is Retta. I had a subscriber a week or so ago ask me to do a reading on President Mugabe. I'm hoping I'm saying that name right, of Zimbabwe. I guess he's 92 years old. He's been in power for a long time. People are worried. I guess he's still. I think there's an election. I just skimmed through. I think there's an election in 2018, and he's still, at 92, says he's going to be part of it. And also, my intuition is telling me Emerson Mnangagwa, I hope I'm not butchering these names, Mnangagwa, who is the vice president, is going to have some type of role. So today, my spirits told me that they wanted me for this reading to break out this deck because President Mugabe is, pro color, people of color. So, with the energies of the ancestors, I am going to use this book. This deck. It's made from the people of Haiti, but I think it will help with the reading. Also, I did both of the President Mugabe's birth card. He is the Empress with the emphasis on the world. So he is the Empress. And with the Empress, he has creativity. He has a sense, whether people believe or not, he has a sense of nurturing, or maybe that's why he got into politics, because of this nurturing energy. As the Empress, there is a lot of feminine energy that surrounds him, so he has this sense that he feels he has to take care of people, which sometimes, can be good or bad, because sometimes, they have a perspective, especially someone who's 92. How they say a leopard doesn't change their spots? That's a lot of the thinking wise. When someone's been thinking something for so long, it's kind of hard for them to change their way of thinking or their point of view. And I feel with his birth card, that's part of it, is the Hangman, where he gets stuck on his point of view, and it's very hard for him to change what he thinks, and he can be stuck in that point of view. The theme of his life is to constantly, the theme of his life to be, a successful theme is to constantly change your perspective and look things outside the box. But some people can get stuck in their theme and be, straight focused. Once they, have a train of thought or have an opinion, whether good or bad, they're going to stay that course. So I don't know too much about it, and I don't even know, I forget if the subscriber was worried or not worried. She just wanted to, I don't really remember. I just remember her need for me to do President Robert Mugabe, President Robert Mugabe, President Robert Mugabe, President Robert. I just want to see where he is right now. Are all these cards upside down? Yes, they are. So right now, this is the Eight of Cups. So, he's kind of, I don't know if this is true or not, but he's kind of like walking away from things. He's not, maybe because of his age, he's not like focused on the details or on the sentiments of the people. He's kind of, turned his back on certain things and going his course, which I was saying before, about he can be stuck in a perspective. What is the cross to bear in regards to this? The Strength card. So I think it's one card. Why does it feel like two cards? It's one card. It's the Strength card. So I feel that, he's in a state, the underlying course is that he's in a state of fear. Maybe because of his age, that he, that he is looking at, passing away, he's 92. I mean, he could live for another 10, 15 years if God wills it. But, he is looking at that end stage of his life. So he's in a little fear. He's not particularly, tuning in to, what he's done, what his accomplishments, his failures, what he's done to people, what he's done to the country. He's not reflective. He's kind of turned his back, kind of ignoring these issues because he's in fear. A lot of people, are fear during their end of their life, fear of judgment, of what would God say, when they pass. So they have to come to grips with that. I see he's in a lot of fear. Underneath, the King of Brooms, so the King of Wands. A lot of his underlying issues to it was the King of Brooms, to me, is the King of Wands. So he was a man of passion. He was a man that went with his passion, his ego, his fire, whatever felt that he needed to do, he did it, with vigor. Sometimes he didn't even think things through. He just went with, what he felt at the time or what he felt people needed at the time. That was his underlying issue. Sometimes he didn't think things through. He just, went with it. He just went with it. Let's see the past for him. It's the Ace of Cups. In the past, right now, he is, like I said before, he's living in fear, but he is, in the past, whether he's showing it publicly or not, he knows that, he's at the end of his life, period. And the Ace of Cups is like, a new beginning. Let me see another card for that. Yeah, look at this. So he knows, like I just said, he knows that he's at at the end of his life, and he's going to start something new. And here this is. And right when I said that, look what card that came in, which is the Death card, which is all about the end and transition into something else. So right now, he's quite holding on for dear life because he's in a lot of fear. Okay, what's predominantly, his hopes, his dreams? What's predominantly on his mind, his hopes or dreams? Wow. He feels very, very, he might not show it publicly, but he feels very defeated. He feels maybe that everything that he thought, he worked so hard for, he feels very defeated towards this end stage of his life. Very defeated, maybe because, it's at the end of his life. Let me see to go with that. Yeah, it's the end of his life. This is more of the hope card, his wishes card. So, he has he feels very defeated in regards to, his hopes and his dreams. Yeah, and he's feeling that he's going to get judgment. Judgment is part of, he's thinking of his end time, and of what he's feeling defeated because of all his hopes and dreams, and whether he did them the way that he was supposed to. Sometimes he went by ego. The Wands is all about, you look at it as like as the penis. That's what Wands kind of, it's like the primal function, so they can be very selfish, and but he has the Empress, so even though he's selfish, he thinks what he's doing is for the greater good in some way. Okay, but he's feeling like everything, he's defeated, that all this stuff that he worked so hard to do, he's living in fear because it's judgment. He's going to be judged not only in this lifetime with the people of Zimbabwe, but he's also feeling when he goes through the pearly gates on the other side, what will God think of him? What will God think of that? So that's a lot that's predominantly on his mind. Let's see in the future. In the future, the Knight of Machetes. So he's still, funny enough, as old as he is, he's thinking of to be a man of action. So the Knight of machetes is thinking of, put thoughts into action. So he's thinking of putting his thoughts into action. I don't know what. The high priestess, let's see. His thought into action. So he's thinking about putting his thought into action. Like I said, he is going a little bit within, because he's feeling this judgment. He is living in fear. He is on the high priestess, one foot on this plane and the other foot on the other plane. And he's looking, he right now in the future, this is the future. This isn't now. So he's still thinking of being a man of action, whether he can do it or not, putting his ideas into action. But he's one foot in this plane and one foot on the next plane. And he is in the future going to be like, he's not, if you look at this card is usually not seeing the gifts or what's being given to you, kind of focusing. But with this man, he's not focusing on what he has or the gifts that have been given to him. What is he focusing on? He's focusing on right now, he's trying to really put a balance into things. That's in the future. He's just going to try to balance, put a balance into things. Yeah, and he's a balance, and he's going to focus on, really in the future, family and stuff. He's at the end stage. So what I want to do is, how many minutes is this? It's not that long. I want to see a relationship reading between him and Zimbabwe, okay? So President Mugabe and Zimbabwe. I don't think he's, let's see, President and Zimbabwe. She wanted to know about the elections and stuff. Let's see. Let's see, the President Mugabe in Zimbabwe. My intuition is telling me this Emerson Mnangagwa. I might have to do a separate reading on him, because I feel he's going to be more prominent. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know these people too well, but I guess he is the vice president. Which he's the strength card, which also Vice President Mnangagwa, he is the strength card, and which was one of the crosses that President Mugabe had to, one of the fears he had in there. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Africa or Zimbabwe, I forget, there's many continents, many countries in Africa. Zimbabwe here, and President Mugabe there. Where is the present of their relationship? These cards all must be upside down. Okay, so it's the Two of Brooms. So I feel like it's the Two of Brooms. People are like waiting. You guys are kind of stuck. You guys are kind of like, the people in Zimbabwe are like, okay, what's going to happen? It's like a waiting game. You guys don't know what's going to happen, because you guys know he's at the end of his life, and you guys are like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? You guys are kind of on a wait and see what's going to happen. Okay, let's see, Zimbabwe. Which, you guys have a lot of pride. Zimbabwe has a lot of pride, even though whatever has happened to you guys have a lot of pride, and you guys have a lot of faith, and you guys feel that you will be prosperous. You guys have that, even though a lot of people are waiting, like, oh my God, you still, as a country, feel rich and blessed. Where does President Mugabe feel in regards to Zimbabwe at this time? The Lovers. So he feels, a close connection with Zimbabwe. Sorry about that. He feels a close connection with, Zimbabwe. It's the Lover's card. So, he looks at Zimbabwe, as a beautiful woman, to be embraced, to be loved. So he has fond thoughts of Zimbabwe. Okay, what are the hopes that Zimbabwe has in regards to Mugabe? The hopes, the Page of Cups. You guys are hoping that there's someone young that comes in, someone young with passion that comes in. That's what you guys are hoping for. You guys are hoping for, some youngness, some youth, some new ideas, some new passion. That's what you're hoping for, Zimbabwe. You're hoping for, a new love for the young, someone young to represent the newer ideas, the newer places where Zimbabwe is going, where you guys feel your country is going. Okay, what does he have, what is his hopes for Zimbabwe? The Page of Pentacles. So he's more of thinking about, he's hoping more in regards to material wealth. He's hoping that the Page of Pentacles, he's hoping that more of a material wealth, of thoughts on the material, of what, Zimbabwe has in regards to wealth and riches, whereas the people are more about the feelings of the people. You guys want that more to be expressed and to shown, where he's thinking more of the financial wealth of the continent. Okay, where do you see this relationship with Mugabe going, Zimbabwe? The Queen of Brooms. So you guys are looking, where it's going is the Queen of Brooms. So you guys really are looking towards, I don't know, I think you guys really passionately want to change. You really want him out. The Queen of Brooms is the Queen of Wands, she's very passionate. She's very, you guys really, really want him out. What does he want? Future. He's looking at a lot of nostalgia of Zimbabwe, of what Zimbabwe was, or what he did for Zimbabwe. He's looking back. He's at the end stage. He's looking back of, oh, look what I did, and look what I've accomplished, and look where we are now. But you guys are really, really, the country's really looking for, a freshness, someone to have your guys' ideas, and not so much about, you got Zimbabwe's physical wealth. You guys want them to be more focused on the emotions and the thoughts of the people. Okay, what does the cards feel? I'm gonna draw 3 cards in the progressive between President Mugabe and Zimbabwe. 1. There's that Page, the Devil, and the Queen of Cups. What I think there is going to be, remember I said he before in his other reading, it was the Page of Machetes, putting thoughts into action. So he's still going to try to hold on. If it's not him per se, it's going to be this Emerson Mnangagwa. I don't want to torture this man's name. Mnangagwa, I hope I'm saying that right. Between their party, they're going to put their thoughts into action, and it's not going to be, well, there's going to be a lot of pain and disruption. I don't think that this man's him or the vice president, their group, I think they're going to remain, even if he's gone, they're going to remain in power. And it's going to be their thoughts into action. I think there's going to be some, I hate to say it, because I see the Devil card in between. I think that it's going to become, they are going to take it by force. to force their will and their thoughts on the people, whether they have to do it by force. And it's going to lead a lot of pain and tears for Zimbabwe. I'm sorry to report that. Oh, so please, the subscriber who wanted this reading, please keep me updated on what's going on in that country. Hopefully, things can change with the cards, but it's like a roadmap. If things continue the way they are, this is the outcome. Hopefully, maybe there's someone young and someone with fresh thoughts and ideas and passion for the people will come forward, and maybe the people can rally behind that person and kind of stop this. But this party's, their thoughts and ideas, whether Mugabe is around or not, there's still Emerson Mnangagwa. They're going to put their thoughts into action, and they're going to take it by force. All right, that's the end of this reading. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.